26th century, mankind faces an epic struggle for survival. The forces of nature have spun wildly out of control. Mighty cities have crumbled, and the dinosaurs have returned to reclaim the Earth. In this savage land, one man stands alone, Jack Tenrek, defending humanity in a world gone mad. A world where only the strong survive. A world of Cadillacs and dinosaurs.
Hello and welcome back everyone. This week I take a look at a Capcom beat-em-up that was heavily inspired by the Dark Horse comic Xenozoid Tales, which was also known as Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, and that is where this game gets its title from. I think Capcom's main inspiration for this game came about from the animated series on CBS, but neither the comic or the animated TV show ever made it to the UK shores, or if they did, I never seen them. And so, when stumbling upon this game in arcades, I had no idea what the influence was, but not only that, I didn't think it looked any good really. It didn't look any better than The Punisher, and visually, I thought it was a step down from Final Fight, and even though it came in this 3-player cabinet, me and my mates just thought it looked weak compared to The Punisher. But over the years, I had often wondered what the game was like to play, and I felt the time was right to give it a go, and see if me and my mates were too quick to judge. As I mentioned, up to 3 players can play at once, guiding the selected characters through 8 stages, battling various enemies and bosses. There are 4 playable characters, each with their own strengths and weaknesses: Jack, Hannah, Mustafa and Mess. The game's titular dinosaurs make appearances as neutral characters that may attack both player characters and enemies. The players have access to several attacks. Each character has 2 special moves, including one that depletes a character's health upon contact with an enemy, and when 2 or more players play together, they can trigger a team attack. Players can also find and use various firearms, throw weapons such as rocks and explosives, and melee weapons such as clubs. Capcom beat-em-ups were famous for having massive sprites, but this game used pretty average size sprites. I would say they are a little smaller than those seen in The Punisher even. But I guess this was done to avoid the screen overcrowding when playing in a 3-player. but who knows. It's not to say the sprites are bad. They are superbly well animated, and not just the main sprites. Even the enemy sprites are well animated with a decent amount of detail on them, but the variety in the enemies is a little weak, and I will get onto that a bit more later. The backgrounds are brilliant. From cityscapes to jungle areas and caves, every background looks really deep, and the parallax scrolling is used to very good effect in the jungle scenes to help give the impression of depth. In between levels you have small cutscenes, but I think Capcom missed a trick by not emulating the look of the Dark Horse comic. In the game, it just looks like every other Avatar cutscene of the time, which for unfamiliar players, such as myself, just seems to create this distance between the game and the comic. The sound is brilliant in this game. Capcom beat-em-ups usually always have a decent soundtrack. Well, the arcade ones do anyway. And while it's not as rock sounding as Final Fight, it's well suited to the action, and the end of level themes are top class. And of course, we have all the usual Capcom slice and dice, thump and bump, bang and boom sound effects, which always sound excellent. The gameplay is a little limited. There are not a huge amount of moves on offer for the player, but in 2-player mode both players can combine for a super attack. But it's the uninspiring enemy waves and the patterns that frustrate the hell out of me. When playing this, I couldn't help but think to myself, this guy here is just a copy of Bill Bull or Wong Hu, and these guys with the knives are just the same as Elgato. And even one of the end of level bosses just seems like a rip-off of Rolento. He moves around the screen in a blur, he throws weapons all over the place. It's like him and Rolento are distant cousins or something. But that is not the limit to the unoriginality. There is the obligatory lift or elevator level as well. But as that is in a vast majority of beat-em-ups that are not Capcom ones, I won't be too harsh. And as the game progresses, your mind starts to wander and you start thinking about other beat-em-ups or where have I seen that before? And that's when you realise that Cadillacs and Dinosaurs does nothing that other beat-em-ups don't already do. And what it does do, it isn't doing any better than any other beat-em-up. But oddly, it is still an enjoyable game to play. It's just so very unoriginal, that's all. The game takes about an hour to complete and is quite challenging, but whether or not you have the motivation to stick with it is something else entirely. And when I was playing it for this video, I was starting to get a little bit fatigued and disinterested in the game. And had I played it in the arcades all them years ago, I don't think my opinion on the game would have been any different really. The game itself was not a huge success for Capcom. It done alright in Japanese arcades, but it's not a game that get ported across to many formats, and even the version that did appear on the Mega CD is a crappy on-rails shooter. And so even the arcade game has flaws. I know which one I prefer. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs is a game that is probably best suited to die-hard beat-em-up fans, or fans of the source material, and for those that are out there, I am sure they will already have played it and enjoyed it. But for all others, it's not really a game I urge you to go out and play. By all means give it a go, if you have the ability to do so. But if you don't, then don't panic, as you won't be missing out on much. And that was my look at Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. If you enjoyed this video, then please do hit the little thumbs up icon, maybe even click on the sub icon, and then pop by the comment section and share your memories or opinions of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. And a massive thank you to everyone who has subbed and commented already. Your feedback and support goes a long way in helping the channel grow, and it's very, very much appreciated. And that's all from me, folks. Thanks for watching.